guys, so we talked in the last video about how to deal with taking the square roots of both sides. But remember, sometimes that isn't a thing we can do. So I'm going to tell you that you have the solutions of a quadratic equation, and the root, or those solutions are 4 and -7. I want you to tell me what is the factored form. So you just remember, factored form is just where we put the number back on the same side as the x, or whatever variable we're using. So we have this, and we have this. So I have x equals 4, and x equals -7. Remember, all I want to do is move this 4 back over with my x, so I'm going to do the inverse and subtract 4. Remember, x and 4 cannot combine, right? So I'm just going to write x minus 4 equals 0. That's part of my factored form. Same thing over here. I'm going to do the opposite, the inverse, and add 7 to both sides. So over here I'm going to get x plus 7 equals 0. Okay, so that's how you put things back into factored form if you're given those solutions. Remember, solutions, roots, x-intercepts, zeros. Please make sure you remember that. Hint, hint. Okay, I'm going to give you one more question kind of dealing with factoring. I'm going to give you this. And I'm going to ask you, what way should we approach this? So again, we have taking the square root of both sides. We can't do that because we have our a, b, and c. Can we factor this? So are there any numbers that are going to multiply to this 2 and subtract this 16? No. So in this case, the best method to deal with this is quadratic equation, right? Quadratic equation. And the reason is there's no numbers that are going to multiply to 2 and subtract to 16. So if we can't factor it, we need to use quadratic equation. Okay, so that's really all I've got in factoring. So we spent a lot of time in the last cycle dealing with it. Please go back and review that if you're not sure. I just wanted to give you that real quick thing. All right, see you for the next video.